but sometimes for reasons best known to them, they don't. Same thing with drugs, Crocin is probably the most commonly used drug in this country. I mean, I know it's the most commonly used drug in my house. And I did not know this, even though I claim to be an informed patient, that Crocin may cause liver damage leading to failure if not used at the current dosage and frequency. And this is very interesting because I do not know what is the current dosage and frequency for Crocin. And whoever knows, well, it's amazing. The other kind of information that the internet can provide, and this is again very useful, is emergency and first aid information. You see, emergencies do not tell us that they're coming. They just come. And when they come, you don't know what to do. You will call up your friends, you'll call up your relatives, you'll call up your family. But even what happens if they can't tell you? So, over the last 10 years, we've been looking at these helplines coming about. We've got Just Dial providing a service where you can call up our number and we will provide you with this. The internet is another source of emergency and first aid information. You fall down from the stairs and you do not know what to do. You can probably go on Google and find out what you should do to take care of yourself till you get to a doctor. Remember one thing, you have to go to the doctor in spite of all these things. Okay. The other kind of information that the internet can provide is recommendations for medical care. Now, I've basically classified a number of points under this topic. One of them being evaluation of hospitals, clinics and physicians. We've heard a couple of people talk about how doctors should allow themselves to be rated. So basically the thing is this, that if doctors are being rated and they're letting patients rate them, things like that, you are able to find recommendations on which doctor is being rated the highest, probably by demographic areas, for example, who is a very famous doctor for this particular specialization in Worli, and who is probably very famous in Vadala, because you want to go to a doctor close by to you. Another very important recommendation is health insurance options. In spite of the standoff that we've heard of, health insurance is still a very important industry, and the options available to patients should be known to them. I think MediManage is one company providing this exact kind of information. The other thing, the other recommendation for medical care that patients can get from the internet is healthcare plans from laboratories and centers. Very common thing, I need to get a certain type of a test done, or I am just running a small company. I basically want to offer healthcare medical plans for my employees. Where should I go? Internet's a great place to show me the comparison. Figure out that, okay, fine, the same kind of test is available with 4 different centers. These guys have the specialty that they're also available on Sundays, the others are not. The internet is a good source for this kind of information. Now, important thing, how do we use this information? Information is there, it's out there. I just showed you some examples. How do we use this information? Number one, we do not use this information to believe that that's the be-all and end-all. We go to the doctor still. But what we do is we help ourselves by evaluating risks based on the information we find. We help ourselves in making a decision. For example, we can use the information we found about medical care to take a decision about which doctor we want to go to, or which hospital should we go and get our wives admitted into, something like that. We can basically use this information for disease management. Now here I'm actually bordering on the doctor's case, not on the patient's case now, on disease management. Forgive me for that. A very important use of the internet is in emotional support. It's something which is not very heavily used today, but in the future we foresee this to be one of the biggest uses of the informative information on the internet, is emotional support. You see, a lot of patient care groups are being created nowadays. It's a very social time. We've got things like Facebook and all coming about, and people are becoming more and more social. People are becoming more and more social about their diseases too. I mean, I think Dr. Malpani has been mentioning to me over a couple of months that there is some work that he is doing with IVF patients about getting them to work together as a community, because apparently a couple of IVF patients might be able to discuss things with each other, but it's not possible for them to be discussing the same things with somebody else. So emotional support is one place where the internet will be helping doctors, helping patients in the future. And the other thing is health promotion. I think Dr. Shalini spoke about it, that advertising is one part of marketing. Marketing has got lots of other things. Promotion is not just advertising. Promotion also means we're telling our patients about the fact that we have some new services right now. Okay, for example, when swine flu broke out, it was a bad time, and one of the things which I believe would have helped was the fact that one of the things that we had realized was if at that time information was easily provided to the people, I believe that the times would have been better. Now, we've talked about what all the information is, how to use it. Let's just go to the bottom line. Where do we find this information? Well, this information will be found on medical websites. I mean, I'm not a genius for saying that. But what kind of medical websites? First, hospitals and clinics. The best source of information should be, I'm not saying it is, but it should be the websites of the hospitals and the clinics and the physicians and the surgeons. So if you're going to a doctor regularly, check up his website and ask him to provide you with more information. Now, we'll also talk about the case where the doctor does not have a website. The second best place is informative and interactive portals. Now, you've got a lot of portals available on the web, like WebMD. You've got Mayo Clinic, the site that I just opened some time back. These are simple portals where information is provided, one, by experts. Number two, some of them have this community-driven feature too, where you as a patient can start putting in information. This is a very, very good source of information. The third is a digital medical library. A digital medical library is nothing but an informative and interactive portal of a special kind. It's more medical in nature, less patient-driven in nature. This is something which is very useful for the informed patient, because once a patient becomes an expert, then he starts demanding more information. The medical library helps him over there. Another particular source is medical newsletters. Medical newsletters are a different kind of information source on the internet, because here the information is not being sought by you as a patient. You're not going and getting this information. It's being sent to you. It's a totally different ball game. Like when you go and ask somebody for information, I'm sure you will hesitate a couple of times. And after some times, if it becomes a habit, it's great. But if it doesn't become a habit, most people just forget about going on a site and figuring out information. A newsletter is exactly the opposite. Because in a newsletter, the information is pushed into your inbox. So you will read it, and if you subscribe to such services, you will get the information that you want. Similar to medical newsletters, we have push channels. You've got technologies like Twitter and IRC, which are very popular. I've given an example over there of something called DocFeed on Tweet. So if you see out here, this is basically a place where there is information being pushed. And this is just general patient information, how to take care of your skin, how to take care of whatever it is. But a doctor can be running a Twitter channel like this too, and you as a patient might be benefiting. Keeping in mind whatever I spoke about, I've just provided some examples out here. MedicineNet, that's medicinenet.com, very popular site which provides you with lots of information about diseases, drugs and the like. Medline Plus, Mayo Clinic. What basically I'm trying to emphasize on this point is that the internet is a fantastic medium for sharing healthcare information and creating informed patient. If you are able to create informed patients, then the informed patients can use the internet to make sure that the care they receive is safe, effective, patient-centered, timely, efficient and equitable. For this model to actually work out in the years to come, it's very important that patients drive doctors, physicians, surgeons, hospitals and clinics to become more tech friendly, to become more computer savvy, to use things like the internet more. At the same time, doctors must force their patients to actually become part of active online communities where they can interact, because by doctors observing the communication that's happening in such communities, doctors can figure out what patients want better. It's not possible for a doctor to spend all his time with a patient. The same way, it's not possible for a doctor to be spending time sitting with 500 patients and figuring out what they want. But if this particular give and take is ever implemented, healthcare will definitely benefit. Thank you. I'll take any questions.